For how long have I talked about the media missing the moment? If you're out there and you decried the media like I did, and you were disappointed with their performance from MSNBC to CNN to print media, and if you thought maybe now that fascism has actually entered the lexicon, both figuratively and literally here in the United States, if you thought maybe they'd wake up and they're gonna change their ways and actually start fighting, you'd be mistaken. Obviously, you'd be mistaken when Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski raced to Mar-a-Lago to kiss the asshole of Donald Trump, to extricate themselves from any controversies or problems they might be having with the incoming administration because they're afraid. Oh, Donald Trump, please show us mercy, dear leader. Fucking cowards. We're witnessing it now, and in print. Axios this time. This article just published hours ago. It is remarkable, remarkable. This is written by the co-founders of Axios, not some beat reporter that they employ. This is from Mike Allen, who's the co-founder and executive editor of Axios, and Jim VandeHei, the co-founder and CEO of Axios. Get a load of this headline. Behind the curtain, Trump's liberal cabinet. If it wasn't so goddamn funny, it would force me to go back to bed and be depressed. Let me read a little bit. We're going to get to a little bit here. And then there's a paragraph that is just an absolute shocking banger of moronic idiocy. Nothing captures the dramatic ideological transformation of the Republican Party more vividly than President-elect Trump's proposed cabinet. I've never seen fellatio in print, and that's what we just witnessed. A pro-abortion rights Kennedy running HHS, RFK Jr. A pro-union centrist running Labor, U.S. Representative Lori Chavez DeRemer of Oregon. A former elected Democrat as Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. And a former George Soros advisor who now promises Trumponomics will turn around the economy running the Treasury, Scott Bessent. And then let me lay this paragraph on you before I get to what I want to talk about here. Seriously, prepare yourself. Don't be drinking anything. Make sure you're seated for this paragraph. Lost in the noise of Trump's most controversial picks is the simple, undebatable fact that this might be the most ideologically diverse cabinet of modern times. One, that is ridiculous. Two, it doesn't matter if the cabinet has differing opinions from the President of the United States. They are there to ensure the agenda is cemented, is put into action. Would it matter? Would our infrastructure transportation infrastructure be different if Pete Buttigieg had different ideas than Joe Biden? Would Joe Biden's agenda not be put in place just because he has differing opinions? No, absolutely not. That's not how it works. And the problem lies here is that Mike Allen and Jim VandeHei, they're not stupid. They're dipshits, to be sure. But they're not stupid men. These are both, Jim VandeHei was one of the founders of Politico and now Axios. He's a smart guy. He knows better. They know better. So let's do this. Let's just address the first person on the list that they listed and misrepresented his opinions and with the topic that they chose to mention. That's RFK Jr. I'm going to play a clip here, a brief clip from an interview back in August of 2023, where this, what did they call him? Pro-abortion rights, Robert F. Kennedy, said, no, I would sign an abortion ban if I were president of the United States.
Would you sign a federal protection to protect the rights that were in the Roe precedent if you were president?
I believe that a decision to abort a child should be up to the women during the first 3 months of life.
So you would cap it at 15 weeks?
Yes.
Or 21
Yes.
weeks?
Yeah, for 3 months.
So 3 months. You would sign a federal cap on that?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
A 15-week ban, a 21-week ban is an abortion ban. So which is it? Is he pro-abortion rights or is he not? Axios, Mike Allen and Jim VandeHei. Which is he? Here, if you think that's just an off thing, here is one of Laura Ingram's lackeys interviewing, this is a very brief clip, this is Raymond Arroyo. Raymond Arroyo. He's one of the frequent appearer on Laura Ingram's air. And this is an interview he did confronting all of the discrepancies and lies and flip-flops that RFK has undergone in a very brief period of time while running for president on this abortion that Axios choose to put front and center as what makes him a liberal and different from Donald Trump. Watch this.
In June of 2023, you said the first 3 months of pregnancy, an abortion should be allowed, but not after that. In August of 2023, you supported a 15 to 20 week ban. Your campaign said you didn't hear the question, and that wasn't correct. In March of 2024, you said abortion should remain the law of the land and accessible to every woman throughout her pregnancy. Now you say you support life and you have this daycare plan.
You know, what I want to make sure is that we have the money that we save on the Ukraine war, we bring some of that home and use that to provide daycare to American mothers. Everybody has a guarantee of daycare, and that actually is going to save us money in the long run because it frees up people to work, frees up parents to work, but it also makes sure that that
do you think that's
it's a recognition that all life is sacred, and that if we want to live up to our ideals as a country, that we need to do everything that we can to reduce the number of abortions that we have every year.
So according to Axios, because RFK Jr. has said he doesn't support any restrictions on a woman's access to abortion, that he's pro-abortion rights. It doesn't matter that he's actually expressed opinions about signing abortion bans. So according to Axios, hang on, let me do this. Hi, my name is Jesse Dollemore, and I love Donald Trump. Hi, my name is Jesse Dollemore, and I fucking hate Donald Trump. According to Axios, they could claim and give themselves journalistic cover that I love Donald Trump because I've said it one time. That's not how it works. We all have the commonality of language. We understand what someone says using the words that we communicate with. And because he said one thing, but also another thing that's diametrically opposed, doesn't mean that you just get to pick the thing, well, this fits the narrative we want to write about, so let's go with this thing. And just to give you, as an overarching element here, if you're thinking about abortion and, well, that's not really a ban, that's not this, that's not that, let me read from Pew Research about the numbers of abortions in this country that take place after that time period that he wants to ban. This is Pew Research again, what the data says about abortions in the United States. When, during pregnancy, do most abortions occur? The vast majority of abortions occurred during the first trimester of a pregnancy. In 2021, 93% of abortions occurred during the first trimester, that is, at or before 13 weeks of gestation, according to the CDC. An additional 6% occurred between 14 and 20 weeks of pregnancy, and about 1% were performed at 21 weeks or more of gestation. These CDC figures include data from 40 states and New York City, but not the rest of New York. Look, what this means is that 1% that happen after, that are administered, this medical procedure that happens after 21 weeks, it means it's the most dire of circumstances where the woman's life is in grave danger or the fetus is already done. That's what that means. And they RFK Jr., the pro-abortion rights champion, he wants to stop those procedures from taking place after 21 weeks or even 15 weeks, whichever number you pick that he said in that clip. He wants those women to bleed out in parking lots, to die in emergency rooms where doctors and medical professionals, because of laws across the country, are refusing to give medical treatment. But Axios here, bending the knee for Donald Trump, these two sycophants, these Trump ass licks. Oh, Robert Kennedy Jr. is part of the most liberal Trump cabinet you could imagine. No. Just like I don't love Donald Trump, even though you heard me say the words, Axios. Again, chef's kiss of jackassery. We are being led to the slaughter by the constitutionally protected free press. They, more than really anybody else, has a mandate to protect the American people because our founders saw fit to grant them protections. The only occupation listed in the Constitution as protected. The free and fair press. And what do we got? Bootlicking, sycophancy, complicity. Voicemail line is open, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. You can comment below. That would be fantastic. That helps juice up the algorithm to share this content to possible new subscribers. I am on the march to 1 million subscribers in the next few months. If you're not subscribed, you can help me get there. I would appreciate it very much. I'm only here because of you, and I will only get there also because of you. If you want to take your support to the next level, to the next step, as it were, leading us away from fascism, to follow through with the metaphor, you can click the join button below for $2 a month, become a channel member, helping me produce these videos. You can also go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. Follow me on the social media. I am active everywhere except Twitter, at Dollemore. I'd love to see you. And I will see you next time. Be genuine. Hold fast. Take care of one another.